And this woman was like in her late 30s, early 40s. Like, how are you really that pressed over what a 21-year-old told you? Like, yeah. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that don't know, my name is Brenda, and I've honestly spent the last like 2 hours being really pissed off because I've been trying to record this video for like a week, seriously, but every single time I would try to sit down to record it, either my camera would fuck up, my SD card would fuck up, or my computer just was not working, and I'm just over it. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time that I snatched my coworker's head off. That is word for word what they said. I don't think I did, but that's what they said. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys be the judge of that. Before I do get into today's video, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe because it would mean the world to me, and just so you guys can keep up on when I post videos since it's super irregular. Other than that, let's go ahead and just jump into the video. So we are going to be using names from Shameless for these people. The main person in this story, which is the one that I snatched her head off, is going to be called Sheila. And she's gonna be called Sheila because her voice sounds exactly like Sheila from Shameless. If you were to close your eyes and hear her talk, you would see Sheila. Sheila started working with us about like a month ago-ish. And about like 2 weeks into her training, she had told me that a job that she applied to prior to this one had contacted her and offered her an interview and all this stuff. And she was really thrilled about it because her husband had just gotten laid off and this other job was paying more than what we were paying her. So she was like, yeah, like I'm gonna go in this interview, blah, 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 whatever, you know. And like, I didn't think anything of it. Like, okay, cool, like good for you. Like I did the same thing to get to the job that I'm at now, so whatever. But like a week passes by, I want to say, and it's like after her interview, and she's like, yeah, like the interview went great, and now I just have to wait for them to pass my background check for me to for sure get the job, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, you know, like that's awesome, like good for you. I was like, but are you gonna put your 2 weeks in? Like, have you put them in yet? Like, when are you gonna put them in? Because my manager, her name is gonna be Fiona, because Fiona is over here training your ass and you're about to leave. Like, that's like, at least let her know that you're about to leave so she can, you know, plan accordingly. But Sheila said that she wasn't gonna tell Fiona because she wanted to be 100% sure that she got the job first, and all she was waiting for was a background check, which I don't understand because she's even herself said that she was gonna pass the background check, so why wouldn't she put her 2 weeks in at that point? But whatever. She like continues on that she wasn't gonna tell her, and at that point I told my coworker Debbie about it, and I was like, yeah, like I don't know if I should tell Fiona that, you know, she was leaving because here she is training yet another person that's just gonna leave. Like, that's kind of fucked up, like I don't know. And Debbie had told me, well, Fiona always has our backs, like you should have her back too, blah, 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 blah. And then I was just like, yeah, you know, you're right, like, okay. So the next day, Sheila had called out, so she didn't show up. And I was like, okay, like, cool. This is maybe like a sign from God that I should tell Fiona, like, Sheila was gone, so let me go ahead and tell her. So I like walk into Fiona's office and I like let her know of the situation, and she's like, well, yeah, like I figured she was gonna leave because she gave me this weird excuse to call out today, but I don't know, like I just wasn't for sure. Like, thanks for letting me know, you know, now I know, like blah, 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 like all this stuff, whatever. And so like afterwards I kind of felt good because I had let her know that Sheila was leaving, but at the same time I was just like thankful that like there was not gonna be any drama, because that was one of the main reasons I didn't want to tell Fiona, was because I hate drama, especially like being involved in drama that has nothing to do with me. So frustrating, like, to be involved in shit, and like that's why I try to like stay to myself and just like not be involved in shit, because I hate drama. Sheila, like the day after Sheila had called out, that day she comes back and she's talking to me about how like she got the job for sure and she put her 2 weeks in that day, whatever. And like that was it, you know, like work was fine. Maybe like a week goes by and Sheila had gone on my last nerve. Not even just on mine, like on Debbie's too. Like me and Debbie's my coworker, by the way. Like just sitting there, and we were like Sheila, she would always come up to us and like ask us questions about like some of our clients that like would be irrelevant, or like she would be up our ass over things that she would not need to be up our ass about. Like, we've been here way longer than you, like, and you're leaving, so it's just like, get out of my face. And Sheila, like, she had already been pissing me off. And one day, like, I had just gotten off a call with a customer, and Debbie sat right next to me. So Sheila comes up to us, and so I work in an office, and like we work in like cubicles. So if the way where my desk is, like, I constantly have people walking behind me, so I never turn around, like, unless I hear like, hey Brenda, or tap me on the shoulder, like tap me on my desk, like something, like wiggle my chair, like something to acknowledge that you're speaking to me. I'm not gonna turn around and look at you, because I'm either working or I'm just not very social, so I'm not about to like go out of my way to like talk to somebody. So Sheila comes up behind me and Debbie, and I assume she's talking to Debbie, because she never said, hey Brenda, hey Debbie, like nothing. She just stood behind us and just started talking. And like, I guess like after a little bit she left. Like in the moment I thought she was talking to Debbie, so I didn't even pay any attention to her. So right after she had like walked out, like it was time for my break. So I go into our little break room, and I'm like sitting on a sofa, and I'm like just on my phone. And Sheila was coming back from the bathroom, and she like comes and sits in the chair right next to me, and I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just like on my phone, and she's like, hey, so I had a question. And this was me. I shouldn't have acted like this, but this is exactly how I acted. I like was on my phone, I look up at her, and she like starts asking her question, and I just look back down as she's asking her question. She's asking her question, blah, blah, whatever. And then after she finishes her question, I look up at her and I'm like, I'm on my break. Honestly, like I can tell you after, but I'm on my break right now. And I don't know, maybe she was just having a bad day. Like, I truthfully do not understand why she acted this way, because the question she was asking me, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but like, it was over information about like our company, or like information that we would have to tell our customers, and like it was irrelevant. Like she had already dealt with that customer, like she just wanted to know like for herself this answer. That's why I was like, I'm on my break. Like if it was a serious question that you needed to answer, I probably wouldn't have been a dick. Like, okay, yeah, I was a dick, but I probably wouldn't have. I would have been like, oh yeah, like look, this is it is. But one, you put your 2 weeks in, like you're fucking leaving, so it's like, why do you even care about irrelevant ass information to you? Two, like, I'm on break, like every second counts. Like, I'm sorry, I really do not give a fuck. Like when I'm not on break, I don't want to be talking about work, because when I'm on work, I'm talking about work. Like ask me any time of the day, but not during my breaks. Like they're called breaks for a reason, to not talk about work. Like I need that space to re-energize and like just like gather my thoughts and just like, so whatever. So after I told her that, she lost her shit. She was like, you know what, fuck this, I don't even give a fuck, and walks up, and like the door to get back into the office is right next to me, like literally right next to me. So she walks and goes into the office and just slams the door behind her to go in there. And like I'd like look back down on my phone at this point, because I was just like, I know she's not cursing at me. And when she slammed the door, I just look up and I'm just like, ma'am, like I know you did not just cuss at me and then throw that door to go back into the office. Like I busted out laughing. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like I was not even like mad or like anything like that. Like, I was just like, I thought it was so fucking funny, because like, why are you that pressed and upset over something that like is so irrelevant? Like I really truthfully to this day do not understand. I don't. So that happened. Like I didn't really like think anything of it. Like I didn't say shit when I went back inside after my break, like nothing. Like I'm not the type of person to like go like look for drama that's not necessary. Like if she want to be mad, she can go ahead and be mad. Like I really do not care. I'm not your supervisor. If that answer is seriously that important to you, go ask one of them. Like what the. So the next day I come into work a little late, and Sheila's not in there, but neither is Debbie. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? And as soon as I like walk up to my desk, like Debbie's walking out of Fiona, my manager's office, and Fiona's like, hey Brenda, can you come into the office real quick? And I'm like, I already know what this is about. So yeah, you know, on my way, I'm coming. So I walk into the office, she like sits me down. She's like, so Sheila sent my boss, like Fiona's boss, and her an email yesterday talking about how she didn't feel comfortable coming back to work because she didn't want to be in such a fake environment, because one of her coworkers snatched her head off yesterday, and she didn't want to come into this fake environment and be fake towards everybody. And I just wanted to know what happened, you know, just hear it from you and blah blah blah. And she was just like, and I started busting out laughing. Like, me and Fiona, we're cool. Like, I love her to death. I love her. But like, when she said that, I just could not help but bust out laughing. I was like, Sheila, because I'm trying not to say her real name. I was like, Fiona, come on. I was just like, okay, here's what happened. I like told her everything that happened. And she was just like, oh, well, you know, like, I just had to hear it from you, you know, like, but yeah, she's not going to be coming back. She said she doesn't want to come back, so that's settled. And I was just like, what is the point in fucking emailing our manager and boss? Like, our boss like never shows up to the office. She probably met him maybe once or twice. Twice is like pushing it, I swear. Like, so it's like, what is the point of you really emailing them saying I snatched your head off when all I did was tell you I didn't want to answer a question while I was on my break? Like, what? So yeah, for today's video, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like I said earlier, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe or give me a like or comment letting me know. Also, go ahead and leave me a comment with video suggestions or just anything you guys would like to see from me, because honestly, it's probably just always going to be story times about my ridiculous life. Being said, I hope you guys have a great day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in my next